Welcome to our deep dive. Today we're tackling a subject that, well, it touches all of us, often in ways we might not even fully grasp. We've been looking closely at a story that really sent shockwaves, the tragic passing of Shefali Jariwala. You probably remember her, the iconic Kantalaga girl.
Hmm.
She passed away on June 27th, 2025 in Mumbai, and her story has, frankly, pulled back the curtain on the booming beauty industry. What we found points to a really concerning link between anti-aging treatments and something as seemingly harmless as fasting. This isn't just about one person, sadly. It's a stark reminder, really, of the hidden costs when we chase certain ideals of perfection.
It really is. And what's fascinating in a sobering way is how this one personal tragedy has blown up into a much bigger conversation. We're talking safety, regulation, and the just immense pressure people feel, especially in the public eye, to look a certain way. We've gone through the reports, the expert views, the public reaction, and it's clear this isn't just what happened. It's about why it matters to you, to all of us. So our aim here is to give you the key insights, maybe some surprising facts, those ha-ha
Mhm.
moments so you can navigate this complex landscape a bit better.
Okay, right. Let's unpack all of that. We'll walk you through Shefali's story, how it fits into the huge growth of the beauty business, and importantly, what the experts are saying about the risks, big risks actually. We'll also look at how people reacted and, touch on how beauty standards have changed over time, or maybe haven't changed as much as we think. So first off, who was Shefali Jariwala? If you were around in the early 2000s listening to music, you definitely knew her. She wasn't just known, she was a phenomenon. That 2002 music video, Kantalaga, it was everywhere. Her presence, her look, it made her a household name. She became this symbol of that pop culture moment. And even at 42, she was still very active in entertainment, films, TV shows. She had a real public profile.
And having that kind of profile, especially in entertainment, well, it comes with undeniable pressure, almost suffocating sometimes. We live in a world where, every little line, every supposed flaw can end up online trending. So Shefali, like so many others, probably felt this intense need to look perpetually young, perfect. Being visible into her 40s just put her right in that spotlight where youthfulness is often the main currency. Her story really reflects what countless people face, that pressure to maintain an image.
Yeah, it's a powerful story. And it brings us straight to the core issue. What actually happened? What was this deadly mix we mentioned? Okay, so the date was June 27th, 2025, around 6:36 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Shefali was at her home in Mumbai. She was fasting for Satyanarayan Puja, which is, a fairly common religious observance, a spiritual practice. But here's where things take a really alarming turn. Despite fasting, she reportedly took anti-aging medications, including something called glutathione.
Right, and this combination is where it gets incredibly dangerous. It's a critical point, actually. Glutathione is an antioxidant. The body makes it naturally, but it's become hugely popular, though completely unapproved by major regulators for cosmetic uses. Skin lightening, anti-aging, that sort of thing. Now, you combine taking that, especially potentially high doses or IV forms, with fasting. Fasting itself can lower your blood pressure, mess with your body's fluids and electrolytes. So introducing substances like glutathione when your body is already stressed from fasting, that puts immense strain on the cardiovascular system. It's a recipe for disaster. It compromises the body's ability to function stably. The risk of a sudden cardiac event goes way up.
And that seems to be what happened. She collapsed suddenly, rushed to the hospital, but tragically declared dead. Suspected cardiac arrest was the initial cause cited. The police investigation found medications at her home, too. 2 boxes, tablets, vials of glutathione, other skin glow treatments.
Exactly. While we should note the official post-mortem details are awaited, the initial evidence strongly suggests this dangerous mix was a major factor, a really tragic convergence.
And like you said, this isn't just one terribly sad story. It's a symptom of something much bigger. This massive beauty industry boom. It's like $1 billion gamble, and it's growing like crazy. Look at the numbers in India. The anti-aging market saw a 25% jump in procedures just between 2023 and 2024. That's 1.29 million treatments. Globally, even bigger. Over 7.9 million Botox procedures in 2024 alone. It's just staggering, really. Shows how common this has all become.
It really is staggering, and it tells you something important. What used to be maybe extreme surgery for celebrities, very hush-hush, is now, well, it's accessible, a quick fix option for almost anyone. This market thrives because it's often unregulated and plays right into societal insecurities. The demand for these enhancements is just unprecedented. But what's driving it all? Why is this market growing so fast?
That's the key question, isn't it? And there are a few powerful forces at play. First, You absolutely have to talk about social media. Instagram, TikTok, even the filters on our phones. They create these totally unrealistic expectations. We see flawless, ageless people constantly. It makes you feel like you need to look, I don't know, filtered all the time. It's an impossible standard. And then there's just this relentless societal pressure to look young. It seems to be everywhere, this cultural need to defy aging.
And connecting that to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a niche market anymore. It's a global thing.
Right.
We've sort of democratized these extreme aesthetic procedures. It's less about subtle tweaks now and more about chasing this idealized, often totally manufactured idea of perfection. But this boom, while making huge money, comes with huge risks, often life-threatening risks. A lot of these treatments, especially if they're unsupervised or done by people without qualifications, they can cause serious problems, allergic reactions, infections, and like we saw with Shefali, even major heart issues.
And a huge part of that risk is the shocking lack of regulation. It really is like the Wild West out there. You have people, maybe beauticians or others with hardly any medical background, offering treatments that need real medical know-how. Using powerful lasers, doing injections, it's incredibly risky. You're gambling with your health, your appearance permanently. An expert we read made this point that really stuck with me. It's easier to get a Botox shot than a driver's license these days. Oh. That contrast just highlights how little oversight there is. It's almost like damaging someone's face is less serious than driving badly. It's absurd.
That lack of oversight is deeply worrying, and it's why experts are sounding the alarm. We looked at insights from Dr. XYZ, a top dermatologist. He was very clear about glutathione, saying it is not approved by medical bodies for skin lightening or anti-aging. Full stop. He warned that using it improperly, especially IVs or high doses, can cause severe reactions like anaphylaxis, that's a rapid, potentially fatal allergic reaction, plus liver problems, kidney issues. And he added, disturbingly, that many individuals offer these procedures for easy income, often without any medical training or understanding of the risks. It's just a disaster waiting to happen, as he put it.
Yeah, and cosmetic surgeons are saying similar things urgently. Dr. ABC, the other expert, really stressed how crucial informed consent is. And proper medical supervision. You need to know what you're getting into. He acknowledged the massive pressure on celebrities to look young, which can push them towards risky choices. Shefali's case, he said, is a tragic example of where that can lead. And think about this trend of quick fixes, like IV drips at home. People getting infusions without any medical professional present.
Oh, that's incredibly dangerous. Without proper procedures, you risk serious infections, other complications, even something called an air embolism. That's where air bubbles get into your bloodstream. They can block blood flow to vital organs, cause a stroke, heart attack, even death. It's truly frightening how convenience can overshadow basic safety.
Frightening is the right word. And predictably, this tragedy set off a huge reaction online. Social media just exploded after Shefali's death. Twitter or X now, Instagram, Reddit. People were talking a lot.
Absolutely. We saw so many urgent comments, things like, Shefali Jariwala's death must be a wake-up call. We need stricter rules for beauty treatments and no-bu. Instagram was full of tributes, but also fans asking, she was already perfect. Why did she need more? This is just heartbreaking.
And on Reddit, whole discussions popped up about how toxic beauty standards are. One person wrote something like, social media makes us feel we have to look filtered 24/7. It's unhealthy, it's unsustainable.
Yeah, that public reaction really taps into this ongoing and honestly quite urgent conversation. Where's the line between self-care and obsession? Especially when social media blurs it so easily, it's a debate that's definitely not over. And Shefali's story is fueling it, making people question what they see, what they want, and what the real cost is.
It makes you wonder, though, is this intense focus on changing how we look and taking risks to do it. Is that new?
Not really, no. If you take a quick look back through history, the specific beauty standards change constantly across different times and cultures. But the pursuit of them, and often the risks people take, that's been pretty consistent. Think about the Renaissance. The ideal was super pale skin, rosy cheeks. How did they get it? Often with lead-based makeup. Highly toxic stuff. It could cause disfigurement, hair loss, even kill you. Literally a beauty killer.
Right. And compare that to today. Now, it's often about tan skin, being incredibly slim, no wrinkles, achieved with needles, lasers, chemicals. The methods change. They get more high-tech, seem more precise maybe. But the underlying pressure, the willingness to risk your health, that seems to stick around.
Exactly. And look beyond just Western ideals, too. You see amazing diversity. The Kayan women in Myanmar with the neck coils creating an elongated look. Or in some African cultures, fuller figures are celebrated, symbolizing health, prosperity. The point is, beauty is subjective. It's culturally built, always shifting. Which leads to a really important question. If beauty is this constantly moving target, how exhausting and, as Shefali's case tragically shows, sometimes how deadly is the chase?
That really is the question. And it's vital to remember Shefali's case, while incredibly sad and getting a lot of attention, isn't unique. The dangers aren't just theoretical. They're real, and they've affected others.
Definitely. There are documented reports of fatalities during things like unregulated hair transplants, severe reactions to fillers that change lives. It's a disturbing pattern. There was a specific case in 2023. A woman in Delhi died from cardiac arrest after getting an unsupervised IV drip for skin whitening, ironically.
Wow. It just shows these aren't isolated events.
Yeah.
It points to this dangerous idea that getting these treatments is somehow casual, like, I don't know, going shopping.
Precisely. Treating medical procedures like a trip to the mall.
So, faced with all this, how can you protect yourself? How do you navigate this? We'll pull together some practical advice. First, and this is absolutely critical, always consult qualified professionals. That means board-certified doctors, licensed dermatologists, proper cosmetic surgeons, not the persons at the local salon who just started offering injections or IVs. Medical procedures need medical training and a sterile place to do them.
Couldn't agree more. Second, you absolutely have to understand the risks. Get proper informed consent before anything. Don't just sign a form. Ask questions. What exactly is being used? What are the potential side effects? What happens if something goes wrong? What are the practitioner's qualifications? Ask everything.
No question is too small when it's about your health.
Exactly. And finally, maybe the most important point, prioritize your health over appearance. Always. A wrinkle-free face doesn't mean much if you're not healthy enough or even around to enjoy life. True well-being is about physical and mental health.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you listening right now? Shefali Jariwala is passing on June 27th, 2025. It's a powerful, tragic wake-up call. It really forces us to confront the dangers lurking in this relentless chase for perfection. It's a call to rethink what beauty actually means to us.
It absolutely is. And what's interesting is that conversation is starting to shift, isn't it? It's pushing us to maybe redefine beauty. Not just as, not having wrinkles or flaws, but more as a journey. Self-acceptance, genuine confidence, putting our health first. Real beauty, maybe, lies in being authentic, not in illusions or temporary fixes that come with potentially devastating costs.
And that leaves us with one last thought for you to consider, a provocative one, maybe. In a world that's constantly throwing new ideals at us, often with hidden dangers and little regulation, how do you define beauty for yourself? And crucially, what steps are you willing to take, or maybe not take, to make sure that feeling good inside and out always puts your well-being first, something to chew on as you go about your day?